So please you can't Justin Trent Stadium at Trent University hosts the 2020 Baggataway Cup. Respectfully acknowledge that we are very short We offer our gratitude to the first peoples for their care, support, and teaching about our first and our relations. We honor those teachers. Today's game is the first semi-final matchup between our Trent Excalibur men's lacrosse team and the McGill Redbirds. The starting lineup of the McGill Redbirds: number 2, Isaiah Creed. Number 5, Ryan McGill. Number 7, Joseph Bowen. Number 9, Chris Parker. Number 10, Logan Flick. Number 13, Alex Calgan. Number 16, Sam McDonald. Number 44, Rowan Burrell. Number 77, John Newton. And number 79, Cameron McGinnis. Now announcing the starting lineup for the Trent Excalibur men's lacrosse team. Number 11, Aiden McLaughlin. Number 12, Curtis Romanchuk. Number 16, Cole Hanrahan. Number 19, Jaden Costco Sample. Number 20, Matt Beef Stew Ron. Number 21, Brendan Lundy. Number 66, Caleb French. Number 77, Tyler Jimmy Hendricks. Number 88, Curtis Sturt Conley. And your starting goalie, the Lake House's very own, Jackson Brown. If you are able, please rise for the playing of our national anthem.
Hello, lacrosse friends, and welcome back to the 2022 Baggataway Cup in Justin Chu Stadium at Trent University. We are at the semifinal stage. The host team and first seed in the East, Trent Excalibur, finally hit the field this weekend. Big crowd on hand, cheering heavily for the green and white. They are facing their East Division rival, the McGill Redbirds, who won yesterday over Western to set up this Eastern contest. I am Stephen Stamp, joined by Jeff McKinley. Kenner, happy to have you on board, and looking forward to what should be a terrific game.
Happy to be here. These two teams know each other well. They've played many times over the years, and should be a great battle today.
You were one of the founding coaches of Trent University's lacrosse team. You coached for
a long time.
10, 11 years?
2005 to 2017, yeah.
12 years, 13, I guess.
13.
And you had a lot of success here, but you really help build the foundation for what has become a very powerful program.
Yeah, I mean, Keithla is one of those leagues where we get a lot of kids that do stay home, and you really have to make it so that you're not rebuilding ever. You can reload every year, and that's why teams like Western and Brock and Guelph have been so successful over the years, and that was our goal for the Trent squad too, and we're there. And the thing with this cup is once you get here, I mean, it's anybody's game, right? So you just got to make the dance and make the best of it. So this should be a dandy here today.
McGill also with a longtime coach, Tim Murdoch, who stepped aside after 17 seasons a couple years ago. Nick Subri is now the head coach for the Redbirds, and he is playing injured. He's playing through injury. He hurt his calf yesterday. So, he was very excited on the sideline. And
that can happen. A lot of emotions coaching.
It can. On a more serious note, Cameron McGinnis went down. He was heavily wrapped up. He's number 79 for McGill. He scored 8 goals last week in their win over Queens in the playoffs. He had a hat trick yesterday, but late in the game he went down, was in a lot of pain, had to be helped off, and he's heavily wrapped today. Wasn't moving too much in warm-up. We don't see him out there right now. He was listed in the starting lineup. We'll see how available McGinnis is. But Isaiah Cree stepped up huge. He has the ball right now, just throws it on down to Dylan James, and Cree had 5 goals and an assist. Rowan Burrell, who just threw that pass, he's number 44. He had a hat trick as well for McGill. So they have guys stepping up, and right now they've got John Maraglia trying to drive in. He actually had a good game when McGill visited Trent 2 weeks ago with a chance to get second in the East. It was a tight game. McGill went up 5-1. The Excalibur came back and won 12-11. So if we have a game like that in store for us, that'd be pretty fun.
McGinnis was big in that game too, right? He was shooting from that lefty attack spot, so that's a hole for them for sure.
Yeah, and he scored the 1 goal late where he went through. I think it was Colton Armstrong. He was terrific. But Trent, with almost everybody here, there's worries about who they would have available, because a bunch of these guys play or are trying to play in the National Lacrosse League. Take Catoni, an example, who was with Panther City Lacrosse Club last year. He's got the ball right now. He is a member of the Albany Firewolves, trying to make that club and establish himself a fantastic man cup.
And a huge reality for a lot of these guys now, right? Coming to this final weekend, which rosters are going to be affected? There's so many. You've got 4 or 5 on every roster. And in my recent memory, this is the first year in 4 or 5 at least that Trent has had nobody away. So this is huge for the Green out there today. Dodge across the top here. Looking good pass off.
And Colton Armstrong rips one of the Halifax Thunderbirds, another of those guys we're talking about who is available, and he is playing a great two-way game. A lot of offense for them, and he blasts that one home.
And you're going to see a lot of that today, dodging and dumping, right? Trying to draw that slide out, dodge it to the shooters. And both of these teams have guys that they get their hands free. They throw the ball hard.
That wasn't a lot of space for Armstrong. That's a very quick release. McGill got out on him. And the game a couple weeks ago, it didn't mean too much for Trent because they'd already clinched first place when McGill lost to Queens the day before. And it seemed like watching the first half of that game, it looked like McGill had more on the line. Trent right? Trent didn't seem as into it. The second half, you could see Trent thinking, we don't want to lose this game.
Absolutely not. You got a lot of competitive guys there, and once they dug that hole, they were for sure trying to get out of that.
Ball popped loose. Cole Handerhan almost had it. Trent's leading goal scorer, and a all-Canadian attack, but he'd actually had his stick knocked from his hand, so the McGill defense able to come away with it. They get into the offensive zone. Alex Cowgill, number 13, got it up over center. He'll hand it off and go to the bench and allow Patrick Aber to come in. And this is Dylan James, who avoided a disastrous time yesterday when he threw a ball into his own net trying to pass it back to the goalie. It was crushing, but McGill actually kind of settled down. Nick Super was saying, that kind of settled our bench down. Here he goes to the net, off the crossbar, comes straight back, and that one's, they're going to wave it off. Crease?
Whistle gone. Yeah, it looks like stepped in the crease.
Yeah, I think it was James going through the crease after his shot.
Yeah, immediate turnover every time that happens. You can't go in the crease at all.
What a rip by Isaiah Cree, though. That's the kind of shot he was showing yesterday. This ball gets ahead to Sam Albert. And Trent will slow things down. Tyler Hendricks gets it over to Holden Lowe's, who set up that first Armstrong goal. And the one thing that Nick Subaru was saying was, James came to the bench. He felt terrible. He was all upset. The guys were laughing. They're like, that's really funny. That's a weird thing to happen. But it's okay. We got you. And they did. They actually got better and better from there. It seems like it was a positive turning point for the team, which is an odd one.
Well, you got to move on from that one, right?
Yeah.
Nobody's ever meaning to do that, and dwelling on it's not going to help you in a game of that magnitude.
Kate Catoni out front. What a finish tosses it to the slot, and that one's hammered home by Brendan Lundy.
And great feat by Tate. His vision's so good, right? He threaded that needle right through those defenders, and that's what you're going to get from Tate all day.
Yeah, and you think of Katoni as a shooter because he is a very good shooter, and it's the family tradition. Holden Katoni is, one of the better shooters in the world. Tate had 7 goals this year in his 8 games, 16 assists. Yeah. One of the top guys in the league.
And he's got such a good first step that if you don't honor it, right, he will go to the net. But if he can draw that double, he knows what's on the line here today. He'll be looking to move that ball. You get Brendan Lundy, the Bucknell transfer. He's putting that in every time.
Yeah, Lundy's so good. Just that long, lean, but solid frame.
Great hands, too. Great hands.
Yeah. Remember seeing him play for Israel at the World Juniors, and he was fantastic. Like, the thing is, he doesn't look particularly sturdy necessarily. He will run through guys.
Absolutely. Great competitor. That compete level, that's what's going to separate here today.
Curtis Romanchuk, the all-Canadian long stick midi, got that one. He's number 12. Hands it off there to Mac Ron, who Mark Farthing was telling me yesterday, the head coach for Trent. Mark Farthing was saying he was the original mascot for this team.
Yes, original mascot. He worked his way. He worked his way up. And that's a perfect example of what working hard and wanting something can do. Starting in a semifinal at the Baggataway Cup, good for him.
Yeah, went from what? Mascot to equipment manager to backup defender to starting close defender in a Baggataway Cup semifinal on a team that is favored by most people to win the tournament.
And this is there's your social guy, right? Good glue guy, good team guy, guys that want him around, right? And that's what makes a good team. Good teams tick.
Cree taking his time. He'll go behind the net to James.
And you'll see a lot of it, even with the shot clock. McGill will they'll get it around. They'll see what they've got. They'll look to see where the slide's coming from, identify who that one guy is. Going here on Romy.
Yeah, it's handed off by Alex Herbstein. They go to action. Back out to Cree. He's dangerous. That one's blocked. Not sure if that was Romanchuk or that may have been Ron getting in the way of that one.
Always having a guy down on that end line, too, so they back up the shot to regain possession. Curtis Conley with the stick on the back, just so that guy can't turn back in on him. Veteran defender move there. Oh, there's
that's a nice little pass down by Alex Herbstein. Just enough of a fake to freeze the defender for a half second, and then down to Cree, who is the hot hand for the Redbirds this weekend.
Yeah, and they're going to be having to get out on him all day. Kid's got a great stick, quick release. He can pick where he's going. So all those defenders, we try and get on his hands, lift, make his day difficult that way. If he gets time and space, he's a pretty pinpoint shooter.
Yeah, he's a terrific athlete, and he's also very committed, just really passionate about the game. So many of these players are, but he's just really, I think he's pretty stoked to be at this point, because the whole McGill team, because come off a year of missing a whole league for the pandemic, and then last year when we were able to play again, the 3 divisions and the shortened season, and McGill couldn't play because their university decided to not let some of the sports take part last year. That was a pretty crushing decision for a lot of McGill players, and they had to play like an exhibition season.
Yeah, and especially for a team that's pretty entrenched at the school that's been successful. They said they would support themselves financially, but that was a public health decision was my understanding. And the university decided with the teams that they were going with.
Here's Cree going back behind the net to James. It's the blue line behind James is the back line. I'm not sure how well you can see it. Actually, the blue lines they're easier to see on the screen than they are for us. But it's the blue all around, the yellow interspersed along the sides, and the full crease. Great position for the Nets because the Trent actually during the season has to play with the nets close together in a painted-on crease because of the football goalposts. But they are out for the Baggataway Cup.
Yeah, which is phenomenal.
Yes, it looks great. Full field. There's James. McGill, very set positions. You're going to see a lot more of them being where you'd expect them to be. And then trying to get it like that right in the middle to Daniel Chand, who goes behind the back and wraps it around Jackson Brown, the All-Canadian goalie. And Chand has even things up for the Redbirds.
You'll see from the top of your screen here on the replay these off-ball cuts that are going to come in. So everybody's looking at the ball. 2 guys are coming off from that weak side, cutting through, sticks high, and just finds his way through the middle. Pretty good pass there to get between 2 defenders and throws the backhand in.
And you saw Aiden McLaughlin there, who's the All-Canadian D midfielder, obviously knows what he's doing, and he was checking his guy, and you could see the timing of Chan's cut to go. You can call it a back of the helmet cut. When you see the defender turn to look at his guy, then you go. And McLaughlin just couldn't get there.
The eyes turn away. That's what kids are taught from when they're little. As soon as they turn around, they're going.
McLaughlin is also the honorable mention East All-Canadian for faceoffs, and he will get this one. And he is up against Sam McDonald, who is the All-Canadian faceoff guy, pestering him right there. McDonald is terrific. He was outstanding yesterday in McGill's win over Western. There's Hendricks getting it down to Lundy. A couple of big lads on the wing there for Trent. And then Curtis Conley, who had a hat trick in the game 2 weeks ago. That's a pretty sweet move to get in, but then he's stripped on the trail check.
Yeah, stepped in the goal there, so that'll be an automatic turnover.
Yeah, Logan Glick, the All-Canadian defender, honorable mention for McGill with the strip there. Chris Parkinson is the other All-Canadian. He's an honorable mention at D-Midi for McGill. So some solid defensive play, obviously, for these two teams. They can score, though. There's a lot of talent, too.
The face-offs are going to be huge today, too. Absolutely massive. Trying to limit those fast breaks off of the face-offs especially. That was a huge part of the game when these two teams met last.
Already down to 4.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. We are playing 4:15s. There's Rowan Burrell, the 17-year-old from North Vancouver, my old stomping grounds. I ran a rowing club out there for years.
Wow.
Yeah, he goes to Argyle Secondary School. We had a team in our high school league from Argyle.
That's knocked in there.
Great pickup by Macaron. He is on the run. He'll push it across center, and he's looking for help immediately, looking over towards the bench. Nothing there. Goes to Hendricks, and he'll head back. Good heads-up play by Ron.
And what you've seen out of these two teams this year with the addition of the shot clock, having defenders that can handle the ball and are quick, right? There's so much transition and offense that's developed off of that.
Yeah, it's the 80-second shot clock right now. 20 seconds to get across center on the clear, and then you've got another 60 or however long you have left beyond that to work with. That may change. It's the first year of having a shot clock. I think it's great. I mean, it changes the dynamic, the complexion of the game.
Oh, it's been a great addition, I think, and the feedback and talking to other fans and spectators and players and coaches that everybody is liking it. It's a whole new ball game.
Very sharp call there. It went off the foot of the Trent player and out of bounds as there was a big scramble for the ball. Official rightly got that it went off Trent, gives the ball to McGill, and here comes John Maraglia. Takes the pass from the defender and moves it ahead. He'll slow things down, toss it over to Dylan James. That is over to Rowan Burrell. Unbelievable he doesn't turn 18 until November, later in November.
The late birthday,
yeah,
right?
About 2 weeks from now.
And he's playing well, right?
He's been good.
The shot clock's going to benefit the Canadians so much. They're used to that growing up playing box lacrosse, so he's in his element for sure. Can't
wait to see some of his future with the Burnaby Lakers junior right now out in the BC Junior League. Bright future for this man. Cutters. A little low skipper, but yeah, Jackson Brown, the All-Canadian goaltender for the East for Trent, all over Luke Dawick's shot.
And he'll just walk it up. He's got such a good stick. He's going to thread the needle all over the field today. Look at that fake. So confident with the ball. It's great when you can have a goaltender that's able to do those things. Helps you clear immensely.
Ron gets it to Holden Lowe's, who takes a stick across the side of the helmet as he was slipping down. No ill intent. That wasn't really even a high check. He was dropping and definitely ear-holed him.
Be interesting to see how many flags go flying today, if they're going to let them play or.
Yeah, not much so far, just the crease violations. Holden Lowe's will hand it off to Katoni. He'll switch back up. There's Colton Armstrong. Interesting Armstrong, a guy who played Junior C in Peterborough, wasn't drafted, and then played in the Arena Lacrosse League with the Peterborough Timbermen and was fantastic and got himself into the National Lacrosse League. He's pretty set with the Halifax Thunderbirds, and there's a rip as he passes it to Holden Lowe's, returning the favor from earlier, and Lowe's puts Trent back ahead.
Great on the goalie step there. That's a perfect shot. And same thing, you're seeing guys cut across, dump it back, that quick release. Colton comes over the top on his defender, sees the double coming. Holden's able to just grab it and rip it.
Perfect timing on that two-man game. And Lowe's just stepping into space and had way more room than Armstrong did to get that shot.
Absolutely. Interesting in this league too, right? You can have guys playing in the NLL, and the Junior C guy can come in and put up points. 20, 30, 40, 50 points. You see it all the time on all the teams. The field game, right, just plays to strength. The kids that are speedy. And
I mean, Colton Armstrong's both. That's the Junior C guy playing with the Halifax Thunderbirds, and 15 goals this year.
And his athleticism is unbelievable.
Oh.
He's a big body, too.
Yeah.
He's super strong.
He will lay some hits. Nice job by Cree to get that ball. He is sandwiched by Roman, Chuck, and Ron, still fighting for it. And then it's Jaden Sample racing in to pick it up, and a nice outlet pass. Just kind of pops out of the stick of Aiden McLaughlin, but he recovers, gets it over to, who's that, Caleb French. Do we have a timeout, or is that the end of the quarter?
Trent.
Okay.
20 seconds left there, timeout Trent. So each team gets 2 timeouts a half. 1 minute. You don't use them, you lose them.
Trent is going to set something up here, and with a 3-2 lead, you just don't know what to expect, because Trent, all that talent, and they've played very well this year, but McGill is just a good, solid club. Trent went 9-1, scored 116 goals. McGill had 101 as they went 6-4. It's the defense. I mean, again, Trent 55 goals against, tops in the division. McGill gave up 68 goals, so definitely a bit of an edge for Trent on both sides, but we saw how McGill played yesterday, and they seem to be, I thought yesterday was probably the best they've played this season.
Yeah, and I think with the young group too, right? You get those like highs and lows. They come in big game against Bishops and they get a win there, and then they drop one that, you know, on paper you think you should win, right? And that's part of probably not playing the last 2 years, not being in the league, kind of figuring out what their identity is, where Trent's got a lot of veteran guys. They've been here before. They played in these tight games. They played in big games. So they're going to be calm, cool, and collected, and McGill's going to figure out what to do. Last night against Western, I thought they showed a lot of composure for being a young team on a big stage.
We talked at the half of the game last night when it was 5-5 and thought, you know, Western had the bus break down on the way to the game, so maybe that kind of threw them off a bit early. It's tied 5-5. They're a second half kind of team. We thought Western was in really good position, and then you have the own goal, and you're thinking, oh, this is not going well. But they were great. They really came together. Now, the final 20 seconds here of the first quarter. Trent with it behind the net. Lundy hands it off. Hendricks keeps it moving. Here's Gattoni. He's going to rip it. Oh, nice soak by the defender. 5 seconds. Can they clear? McGill has it, and they're just going to run out of trouble. Louis-Antoine Habre just finished off that last half dozen seconds for McGill to get to the break, trailing by just one. So the Excalibur up 3-2 over the Redbirds. It is quarter time. We'll be back in 2 minutes. I'm Steven Stamp with Jeff McKinley. Thanks for being with us here on Lax Sports Network. We'll see you in 2.
Also, check out our barbecue happening weekend. Burgers, hot dogs, and chips and drinks. Proceeds of the barbecue this weekend are going towards the Trent For all the details of the weekend, tournament programs are available at the Fun Fleet by donation.
Welcome back, lacrosse friends. We're ready to roll with quarter number 2. Trent Excalibur up 3-2 over the McGill Redbirds. I'm Steven Stamp with Jeff McKinley. It is Sam McDonald on the left in the white with the red trim for McGill, taking the face-off against Aiden McLaughlin, who wins it back, and the Excalibur go to the attack. Sam Albert into the offensive zone.
And Sam McDonald, a Canadian kid too, right? Usually McGill gets a pretty good FOGO out of the States somewhere, so having some success at the X there today.
Yeah, that's a great point. We talked about it yesterday. You know, it's not really an X here; it's a little blue dot.
Little blue dot, yeah. It changes field to field depending on where you are.
Yep.
But such a big part of this game, especially with the transition, right? If you can come up with the face-offs and get first crack. You see Trent work it around here, trying to get the matchup. A couple short sticks up top here.
Lowe's takes it back. He's got Armstrong up at the top, and yeah, you can see the one there. And they're both on the right side, the two short sticks. So, like you said, that's where they're trying to work. Ball hits the ground, and Lowe's will go and get it. Got Lundy behind the net. He's going to come back out to the top.
Tate's always looking to go. Takes that little stutter set. And we see the two defenders come here, the double's on. He'll be looking for somebody fast.
It's a triple team for a moment, and then one quickly retreated when he realized the ball was moving. Armstrong couldn't quite hit Hanrahan. Hanrahan with 21 goals this year. Haven't seen much from him yet today, but he will probably make his presence felt at some point. Big season for him.
And when he gets hot, he just keeps shooting. Bracebridge native. Coming on that right side, too. See, he's another one of those guys that when he gets time and space.
Looks like Holden Lowe's getting a penalty here. I was just going to say, really nice, solid checking effort, and it's a little bit too solid.
We got a personal penalty coming, so those 1 minute penalties are not releasable. They'll stay down for the full minute despite goals or not.
So McGill will try to take advantage here. That 1 minute will start once play is blown in. There we go.
Trying to leave the short stick down on the crease there, trying to take away any outside shots for long sticks.
They move it quickly. Nice save, Jackson Brown. Turning aside Dylan James, and here's Conley. He's not just running for show. He will shoot. As I said, he had a hat trick a couple weeks ago. 7 goals on the season.
Such an advantage for Trent when you have guys like Romy and Conley that can push that ball consistently.
Remember that big goal? He scored the overtime winner down at Brock in a Baggataway Cup game, a semifinal.
Yes, huge goal, right? And you could tell they were thinking, he's not going to shoot, he's not going to, and then the dagger went in.
Yeah, it's a great play. He's so fast, too.
So fast.
Here's Hanrahan, speaking of quick, he spins off, pass across is picked off. It's knocked down, though. Couldn't quite catch it. They do come away with the ball. Ripping forward is John Meeks. He'll hand it off to Burrell. And McGill goes to the attack, and Lowe's is freed. We are back to even strength.
Good kill there for Trent. They'll send Romy back in from half there.
Yeah, Curtis Romanchuk, the long stick midi, heading back into the play.
It's still no McGinnis for McGill, even though he was out there and in the starting lineup.
Yeah, he's standing away from the rest of the team. He's off to the right on their bench. You can just see him there with the right thigh taped up, heavily bandaged. And honestly, he could only put weight on the toes of his right foot when he was walking out to the field. Wasn't putting anything on the heels. So I don't imagine unless it gets really critical. You know, maybe late in the game if they have a power play, yeah, put him down for the man up. Just let him stand on the crease. He's a great shooter and a real bull dodger.
Excellent.
That shot goes wide. McGill with the backup gets the ball back.
We'll be looking to send some cutters here from the top. Watch them coming in.
A couple of feints and then one comes through, but they'd already moved the ball. And a pretty quick release trying to get that ball after fighting through traffic by Cree, but not sure he had a whole lot to shoot at the way that one angled out.
No, through the bounce shot, hoping for the best. Nice save by Brown there.
Gets it out to Conley, who his first thought is to run. Turns, he starts heading upfield, then immediately sees that Armstrong is there and just makes the pass. You got to like that the default is let's go and see what's available. There the D. Ben Busby races over to keep Armstrong from having a lane to the net.
It's a good heads-up play by the defender there, knowing who's got the ball and how fast he is.
Comes back to Armstrong. He just catches it under pressure and a hip save.
Like, look how quick that roll was, right? Yeah. Right underneath, shots off in under 2 seconds.
The defender was right on him. Busby got over there, but Armstrong with the catch in traffic and spinning as he makes the grab.
Good spatial awareness there by Colton.
Kate Catoni at the top.
Here comes the double. And that's what Tate will do all day. He'll penetrate there and look to turn out right away and see who's open. Find that secondary pass to shoot.
Oliver Pomerleau on Katoni, who gets some space and rips one. That one's well wide.
And they're leaving Lundy right down on that back line. So any of these shots come in, they're backing it up right away for possession.
Here Lundy tries to fight his way out. Watched there by John Meeks. They move the ball quickly around, comes all the way to Holden Lowe's and then to Armstrong. One more, and they've gone the full way around. No, they're going to wait, let Hanrahan go and find a space. And Holden Lowe's will toss it back over to Armstrong, watched by his opposite number 5. That's Ryan Baddour for McGill. Here's Lowe's.
Peterborough kid, Holden Lowe's, went to St. Pete's. Fast. The coach told him Pee Wee, he's always been that fast too. Crazy wheels.
Oh, they tried to get it back to Lowe's. It's going to be a penalty to McGill now as Tony tried to feed him. That's going to be Meeks heading off. Did you see the call?
1 minute personal there.
Okay.
It looked like a slash. This is big for Trent. This will be big to go up here if they can get one quick here. Still got a timeout too if they want to use it to freeze that clock.
Yeah, pretty low scoring, just 3-2. Most of the goals coming early. Have we had any goals this quarter? Wasn't it 3-2 at the end of the first?
3-2 at the end of the first.
It was.
No
there you go. Armstrong with a chance. Off the post. Boy, look how fast that's getting out to the Trent bench. Scooped up there by one of the assistant coaches.
And you got to chase it to where the ball goes out. That's where possession is. So
yeah.
Good job. Good heads-up play by Tate there to get over it.
Tony gets it back from Armstrong, immediately returns it. They feed it to Lowe's, who goes mid to high. What a great shot from the hip up into the very top corner. That's a beauty. Lowe's with 2 in a row.
Just good off-ball movement there by Trent, and Tate shopping. Got good vision, looking to see who's open there.
Holden Lowe's doesn't get a lot of attention because there are so many. I mean, you've got 5 All-Canadians and an honorable mention All-Canadian on this roster, so it's easy to overlook some of the guys, but Holden Lowe's is dynamite.
Absolutely, and I think that's a testament to Trent's depth as well, right? If they're going to overplay some of these other guys, and that's what the playoffs is, this tournament. Other guys got to step up.
Yeah. It's interesting. I was talking to Sam Kosakowski this morning, the head coach for Guelph, who'll be playing in the second semi later this afternoon. And he was saying, first of all, that he doesn't think they've ever gone straight to the semi. They've never had the bye.
Yeah,
and
they're always the team that has to play the 3 games to get it done.
Yeah, but they've won 3 Baggataway Cups in the last 8 years, playing Friday, Saturday, Sunday every time. So he's not even sure if he likes the bye. He's like, we'll find out. We'll see how we feel. But, I think they're glad to be in the semi already. But he was saying, like, those teams, they had some great teams back with, Curtis Knight, Ryan Serville, Jordan Critch, Ben Van Galen, like, just absolutely stacked rosters. But he was saying he thinks they've got more depth now.
Oh, yeah. Just the way you got Mitchell Ogilvie from Peterborough playing there, right? He was on that Man Cup Peterborough team, and guys that have been around too, that have been in this tournament, right? And that's the thing. Guelph's always there at the end. If they can make the tournament, they're always dangerous.
Here's Colton Armstrong isolated. He's going to lob it back to Lundy behind. Watch there by Baddour. Comes out. Yeah, he's got Hanrahan. You can't give Cole Hanrahan that space. That's why he had 21 goals this season.
So we're seeing 2 goals in a row, right? Trent's trying to find the middle of that field, right? Stretch out their defense into cutter through. And there he was wide open.
So just like that, with quick goals back-to-back, Trent extends what had been a very small lead throughout. They'd been up 2-0 early, but McGill responded pretty quickly. And that goal, the bouncer by Hanrahan that you see, makes it 5-2, a 3-goal lead with 6.5 to go in the second. And it feels like McGill can stay with Trent, but that it's taking, we talked about the numbers, the goals for, the goals against, the records, and it seems like Trent is poised to break out at kind of any moment, and McGill has to really keep the Excalibur reeled in if they're going to stay close.
Well, and Trent's been there for so many years too, right? Like these guys understand the gravity of this situation, and they're going to keep the pedal to the metal no matter what that scoreboard says. And I know Farr's in there right now, and it says 5, and he's saying to the boys, like, "Okay, let's go, let's get to 6 before they get to 3." Right? And that's how you keep going all the time.
So McGill has taken a timeout to address that, as we're talking about, the Redbirds needing to make sure they don't let this get away. And I think Nick Subry was thinking the exact same thing. Like, we got to rein this in, get ourselves set. They know they can play. McGill knows they're a young team, but they have talent. They can play with Trent, but they need things to go well for them, go their way, and you don't want to let it get away from you.
And what probably went unnoticed there was Tate Katoni sealing his guy down low, right? They're going to key on Tate. He's got the name, right? And so he just moves his guy down a little bit. That drew two guys in. Hanrahan just sneaks right through the middle there. So more attention to Katoni. Hanrahan's able to come through. Big face-off here, big face-off. This will be huge for Trent if they can get it. Even bigger for McGill.
McLaughlin for the Excalibur, McDonald for the Redbirds. Great clamp, rakes it through right back between his legs, and it's scooped up there by Jack Busby.
And you got a broken stick on the field there. That means that player's got to change.
And the flag did fly. Cross-checking penalty.
Goal scored, his 22nd of the season by number 16, Cole Hanrahan.
Timeout of some sort was called. So we got a cross-check, it looks like.
It's a minute.
1 minute penalty. So McGill will be going to the power play here. Get their extra man offense out.
I don't see who it is, but I think he's probably over getting another stick. I assume if the stick broke on the illegal cross-check.
And as a draw guy, they're probably getting a shaft on that stick.
Yeah.
Pronto.
Was it McLaughlin?
I believe so.
Yeah, there he is kneeling. So, yeah, you're going to get one on there. And there's Conley pressuring up at the top.
Sticks are up always in the lanes, just trying to knock anything down.
Dylan James gets it back. Up to Chand, who had a goal earlier, but that was
There it
picked
is.
off.
Curtis Romanchuk.
What a beauty, and he is going. He's about past center. They'll hand it off, and Trent's going to go with the 80-second shot clock. They can kill the whole penalty. Romanchuk's going to go for a break, and Holden Lowe's will come out to join the attack.
Might see a double come here.
Yeah, right now they're kind of content to just let Brendan Lundy run about. A little bit of pressure from John Maraglia, but now the double comes. Again, though, just for a short time. Oh, great awareness to see that double coming to the backside as Meeks tried to strip him.
Wow.
Oh, what an effort by Brendan Lundy. That is a beauty.
Slide was coming across, double chasing too. Great awareness by Lundy to be able to get that ball out and get that shot off. So
And when you send that double and everyone else is kind of just watching their guy, it can be a little hard, right, to think he's going to come through and suddenly be driving to the net.
Absolutely. And Lowe's, you could see in that replay, he was open too because his guy had to leave. So Lundy had options there, but bounce shot, best way to go. Can't miss under the net. That's what I always tell them. You're always missing over. Like, guys want to go bar down, bounce shots are golden.
Yeah.
So we got Conley in here for this face-off.
So maybe they didn't get the stick ready as McLaughlin comes in. He's on the wing. Conley with the long pole going up against McDonald. See how he does?
Pretty good. He's going to tie him up.
Yeah. Oh, pulls it
Gets
out
it
to
free.
himself. That's a great win. Conley gets it ahead. And here's Cole Hanrahan. Welcome to people watching from around the world. I understand we have viewers in Finland, Australia, Belgium, Israel. Very cool to have you all on board. Hope everyone's enjoying the show. I am Stephen Stamp with Jeff McKinley. We've got 4:11 to go here in the first half. Trent up 6-2 and looking to really put their stamp of control on this game. Colton Armstrong.
And what's a great weather day, too, for the Baggataway in November. I've been in these, and it's snowing. You've got sleet. You've got rain. It's 4 degrees. Like, we've got 18, 19 degrees here in Peterborough.
Yeah. Last time I was here at Trent in 2012. It was cold.
Very cold.
I remember being at that one, and it was chilly.
We lost a lot of money on the beer tent that year because the people did not come out.
I did what I could, man. It was cold holding a can, though. You needed a couple pairs of mittens.
Too? Absolutely.
Yeah. Here's Lowe's coming in. Drops it off. What a rip from Hanrahan. And I don't know how you defend that because he catches the pass with his back to the net. Drop step, spins and shoots as he's coming out of the curl.
Turn and fire, yeah. That was and again though, like Trent's, like you can see that they're looking to just do that draw and dump. As soon as that slide comes, he takes him underneath, and that's an adjacent slide, right? So as soon as that adjacent comes, if only one guy goes, they all got to spin there. With only one guy coming adjacently, there's always going to be somebody open.
And you know, they're coming. They had Logan Glick, the honorable mention All-Canadian defender, coming, but again, Hanrahan so quick with the release.
Yeah, that guy's got to come from the crease to get that second slide in. Otherwise, like, that's easy to pick apart adjacent slide packages all day.
7-2, the Excalibur pull ahead for under 3 minutes to go in the half.
Looks like
Conley's
we got Conley
taking
in
it
there again. And a kick back. Usually you're not allowed kicking through the cross, so that's
Interesting. McGill comes away with it. That's a pretty snazzy little move by Alex Cowgill. I'm a fan. Watching him play, really enjoy the game on number 13 for McGill, but to run ahead, cross over with the long pole for a twister pass up to his forward, and then hurdle the pylon as he runs out of bounds.
He's another tremendous athlete. You get close to that kid. He's a big body. He's strong, and he's another guy that can push the field pretty well. So they're going to look same thing. They're going to look to cycle it. They're going to clear their slides through here. Look for the dodge down the alley.
Go to X to James.
Cutter's coming in from the top. So they're trying to get something going on that far side there.
Yeah, you can see them kind of communicating, saying, yeah, let's just start this whole thing over. Into Cree, but immediately on him. Similar to where Hanrahan caught the pass last time, but Trent was right beside him.
Absolutely.
On the defense.
Trying to isolate that short stick from X down below behind the net there. See if they can catch a slide coming and dump it to the middle. Trent did a good job there of getting everybody covered.
85 seconds left in the first half, so Trent with 63 now on the shot clock. Can't wait for the last shot. They don't generally anyway. Now, they didn't make the clear. I was going to say it. I don't know if they're going to make it. The 20 seconds ran out. A little unusual. Mark Farthing was saying, 80 seconds is irrelevant to us. We never get within 20 of the end of it. They're not waiting on the shot clock to tell them to shoot. They're waiting for an opening.
Absolutely.
Now into the final minute. McGill could wait for the last shot if they want to. Down 7-2. I'd be probably trying to, especially with Jack McDonald, Sam McDonald, the All-Canadian faceoff guy. I'd be going. I'd be trying to get a goal and get it back.
I think they have another timeout here too as well. So if they get in trouble, they can always blow it down.
Here's Burrell. Watched closely there by Ron. Alex Erbstein. Yep.
Here he comes looking for the dodge. He'll get that shot on the run.
Nice save by Brown. He absolutely cross-footed the defender. Switched and got that shot off, but Brown stops it now.
Trying to push here.
Yeah. Holton Lowe's gets it on the one hop. Nice little pass by Jackson Brown.
I'm sure Farr just called a timeout. Yeah.
Yep. Trent's second timeout of the half. 22.6 seconds. Would they have 21 last time in the first quarter?
Yes,
when they took the timeout. So
perfect timing. See if you can get something drawn up. Get the right guys on the field. See if you can put another one here before the half.
I just want to say a quick thank you to everyone here at Trent who has made this weekend exceptional already. I'm sure things are just going to get better as we go. Aiden Labossiere is our director and doing the replays and all the work. Doing a great job getting this stream out. Thanks to Lac Sports Network for having us on. We're thrilled to be back with LSN again. And to Sarah Badley and Ghislaine Landry here at Trent and all the staff. So many people doing good work. It's been fun. It's fun being in the booth with everybody and just a great group. And it's a fun weekend.
And there's so much work that goes into these events, and it's months of planning, and it's proposals, and it's getting committees together, and having everything laid out before it happens. And it's a quick 3 days because it goes so fast. There's so much to do constantly that if you didn't have great people volunteering their time, you could never pull off an event. And it's just an electric atmosphere out there on this dandy weather day in Peterborough. Some call it God's country. Some do.
They do. It's lovely. It's fun for me being back in town. Grew up in Peterborough, went out west for quite a while, came back and living in Marmora now, about 45 minutes east of here, which is lovely. Very quiet, beautiful area.
It's a nice drive. You got to see the leaves changing, I'm sure, on the way in.
Yes, so much. Staying at my mom's just down the road last night and tonight, about 5 minutes from here. I grew up on this campus. With my mom as the assistant athletic director and living close to school, and then went here and rode here. And it's great to come back and see the change and the growth at Trent. Holton Lowe's will start with the ball. Watched there by Chris Parkinson.
We got Tate Katoni up top, and we got Colton Armstrong in the middle there with the short stick close. They're probably looking for that other shorty. See what they can get going here.
We've got Hanrahan sitting in the slot. He's drawing a lot of attention at the moment.
Colton.
Yeah. Armstrong across to Lundy. Great toe drag, one-handed, and scores. What a beautiful, it's a nice finish, but that toe drag was a thing of beauty to get himself into the open spot to shoot with 8 seconds to go.
Wow, and they only used 15 seconds on that. Some good hard cuts there. You'll see on the replay here. Colton pops out, one pass, seal here. You'll see Tyler Hendricks, 77 there. He seals his 2 guys so Lundy can toe drag underneath. And those are the things that get that toe drag and get underneath that are able to happen, right? So some pretty big lacrosse IQs on both these teams for sure, but you're seeing it a lot here in the Trent offensive players right now.
7.7 seconds to go here in the first half. Stick with us as we should be joined by Tom Bolesky. I think Tom is up, the head coach of Laurier. He's here presenting Player of the Game Awards on behalf of Locker Hooks, his company. That pass gets away, and that will erase Trent's chance for another one. But they have an 8-2 lead through 30 minutes of play.
Very good half. Very good half. Very fast. The shot clock, it seems like it goes quick, right? I remember the old 20 minutes. Like, it seemed like games would take 8. It could take forever, but that was very quick.
It was. I'm going to step aside. Tom Bolesky will step onto my headset. Jeff McKinley, thanks for being with us and for talking to Tom. You guys have a great chat, and I will be back for the second half. It's a 10-minute break, so enjoy the talk with Jeff and Tom, and come back and join us for
Welcome, Tom.
Thank you.
What are you seeing out there today?
Well, you know, that first quarter, you could see that Trent kind of had a bit of time off. They were missing a few passes. You know, I could understand they'd already had their play set. They had no game scheduled, so they needed a bit of time to wake up. McGill was jumping on them early.
And that's always been the debate in this league, right? You get that first sort of bye. You don't play that play-in game sometimes, and that week off, you know, is it good? Do you get to heal up, get healthy? And then you see teams like Guelph that, you know, they consistently have those 3 games, and it's just like they kind of just keep firing. And when you have essentially 33% of your season in 3 days, it's pretty crazy. But you're right. They came out a little bit sluggish, and they were able to ramp it up pretty quick for sure.
Yeah, you could see it in the way they cycled through on their defense as well. They were pretty solid, but just weren't picking up in the beginning. The middle was a little open. They sure tightened that up quickly. Anything McGill throws in the middle now, it's just swallowed up, chopped up. It's there's not a lot of room or space in there, and they're finishing on their possessions.
Absolutely. Now, you're the head coach at Laurier. First year with the shot clock. How are you finding it?
I got to clarify, I was a coach at Laurier. I left a couple years ago.
Okay.
So I'm an alumni coach, but I stay close to the program. And I'm loving the shot clock. I think it's really made the clears an important part of the game. They always were, but you know, getting that possession, getting it over, it got the game more exciting. And the scores, you know, I'd be interested to know how different the scores are this year. I just think the games are more exciting. Yeah,
and you're hearing that from a lot of the fans too, and the people watching, right? They're dialed in for the full thing. Yep. And now you're a sponsor for this event as well this year. Tell us a little bit about that.
My business is Locker Hooks, lockerhooks.com, and it's a way to hang all your gear up. Many years of traveling with my son and daughter, lacrosse, hockey, snowboarding, camping. Come up with a way. My partner down in the U.S. and I have put this system that's portable, easy to carry around. Can take it in a hotel room, work it in your locker room, and just way to hang all your stuff. We all got lots of stuff and need a place to hang it up. And I'm glad to be able to give back 2 things. I did the senior men's field lacrosse championships last week. Their player of the game. Love giving back to this program and to KUFLA, which is, you know, close to my heart as being a coach in this league, and the chance to do it and see some great lacrosse. And props to Peterborough for a beautiful weekend.
That's awesome. And as a dad of 3 kids, I know how hard it is to find stuff, and hanging stuff up in a place that you can find it again is a very smart solution. So thanks for your ingenuity on that. What's up the rest of the weekend besides the lacrosse? Just hanging out here?
Yep, just hanging out here. I do work actually back in Waterloo with our police services in the music program. We have Remembrance Day services starting, so I have to head back to the Waterloo region for a service in Elmira as we prepare to pay tribute to our veterans, and hope everyone will wear a poppy and remember at this time and take a moment just to think of those who gave their service and their sacrifice, and glad I can give back that way as well. But,
absolutely.
Love being up here today.
Well, what a great cause, and thanks so much, Tom, for being here with us. We appreciate it.
My pleasure. Keep up the good work.
Trent Excalibur fans, make some noise for some free Trent stuff. some noise. We would like to give our women's lacrosse team a giant shout out for their second place finishers here in the LUA. Congratulations, ladies. Providing services such as chiropractic training, massage therapy, physiotherapy, athletic therapy, acupuncture, and more. We would like to thank Hybrid Health for all the students in the Peterborough community, healthy and moving. Without sponsors like you, the Daily Day would not be possible. Reminder of our second semifinal game this afternoon at 4:30 p.m. between the Brock Badgers and the Guelph Griffins.
Welcome back to Cross Friends to the 2022 Baggataway Cup at Justin Chu Stadium on the campus of Trent University. I am Stephen Stamp with Jeff McKinley, and it is 8-2 for the Trent Excalibur in semifinal number 1. And McGill has their work cut out for him, Kinner, to try and get back into this one.
Yeah, clawing back from an 8-2, that's going to be a tall task here. It's going to be a possession game, and they probably won that face-off off the bat, so that's good for them. They'll get a change here with their face-off guy. They got a long stick defender up there.
Yep, Louis-Antoine Abra is going to head off and bring out Alex Erbstein as the ball goes along the far side, and Rowan Burrell, the 17-year-old phenom, takes it. Not a lot happening for McGill offensively after those 2 early goals that tied it up. Trent gets up, McGill ties it, and that second quarter was 5-0 for Trent.
For Trent, yeah. And saw Sam McDonald there, the McGill's face-off man, limping off the field there. Oof. That could be a hole. He's getting treated on the sideline there. And
you wonder, I mean, with Cameron McGinnis, who had a hat trick yesterday, but the sore leg, and he has not played today. There's a chance in front for Cree. He spins and misses, but they do get the backup. They've got Luke Dawick back behind the net. But you wonder how much they're missing him. I mean, Isaiah Cree was great yesterday with 5 goals. Rowan Burrell with 4. They had other guys stepping in, James and Shand and all these guys. But it changes an element of their offense.
Absolutely, and especially because he had such a good game against Trent last game, right?
Yes.
He was the guy, he scored late in the game to keep it close and gave them a chance there to win at the end. Transition coming here.
Jaden Sample with a nice pass out of traffic to get to Romanchuk, who skips it over Conley. They've got 2 long poles up there in the offensive zone. Romanchuk heading back now. Conley will set a pick for Tyler Hendricks, who gets it to Katoni, and now Conley over back, and it will be 6 short poles on the field for the attacking Trent Excalibur. Nice little lofted pass over to Holden Lowe's, who turns back under some checking from Olivier Pomerleau.
We got Tate Katoni here with the short stick, so you'll be looking here to isolate pretty quickly, hoping that they don't switch.
Now it is Chris Parkinson, an honorable mention D-Midi All-Canadian, but Katoni just runs by him. Not sure that shot did exactly what he was hoping for. It looked like a pretty easy save for Joseph Bean.
Yeah, had a bit of a twister on it, but not the spot he was picking for sure.
Almost seemed like it was just too easy, too open. Sometimes guys get in their heads when there's that much space.
Big play by Tyler Hendricks there. Keep that ball in.
And then the pass just kind of got by the stick. I'm not sure. It almost looked like Ben Busby thought it was heading for someone else. Like he got the stick out of the way, and it goes back to Trent, and they'll head back into the offensive zone with Katoni.
See Curtis Romanchuk running off there, and the shot clock has helped a guy like that. I remember when we got him from the Hill Academy, Brody Merrill saying like he will just be a great 2-way player even with the long pole, and he's proven that over his time here at Trent.
It's interesting watching like him or Conley will stay up once in a while. You see guys, because I remember being at the World Championships in Israel in 2018 and watching China, coached actually partly by Reed Reinhold, I believe was helping coach them. But anyway, they'd run a long pole up in the offense regularly.
Just saves the change. If you have a guy that's comfortable enough to do it and that's not going to cost you, then why not?
Really nice play by Armstrong over along the sidelines. You just tap the ball, keep it in. His momentum took him out of play. He left the ball, runs back in, make sure he's in play, and then picks up the ball. All very quickly before the McGill defender could get there. But yeah, they just put a guy up on the slot, and it's almost like having a tight end in against defensive backs. You can't stop him from getting the ball. Now, what he could do with it once he did, who knows?
Well, and it saves the change too, right? If that long pole changes, then they get their free change too. Maybe they have an offensive midi out and they want to get a defensive midi, so you can keep a guy in a spot he's not comfortable.
Power play, another man-up opportunity for Trent. I believe it was another slashing call.
Yeah, we saw Katoni's back turn there. The double came quick. Got a shot there.
Hard rip by Lowe's, but that one goes wide. Lundy with the backup, and they will get possession once again. Still lots of time on the man advantage.
We've got Katoni up there with Armstrong, a couple guys that can fire the ball.
Lowe's slipping in. They've got a couple guys in the slot as Hendricks was there. He stepped out to take that pass, and Armstrong, that's way too much room. You could see that one coming.
Absolutely. And you see Trent dragging there, dodge, pull, give a quick pass, and a nice little skip across because they were able to open up that seam. Colton drags his guy down. Katoni with a quick one over here to Hendricks. You'll see Hendricks just thread it right back over to Colton Armstrong, who had found his way there into the right shooter spot. and just a rip, an absolute rip by Armstrong there. St. McDonald's back out for this face-off. Good to see.
It's not McLaughlin, but it's not. Is that Conley?
Looks like it's Curtis. Yeah, 88
Yeah, it is
there.
Conley. Okay. Boy, what a career he's having himself at Trent.
And just a fantastic kid.
Yeah.
Excellent player, but great kid.
Yeah, he actually helped me move when we bought our place in Buckhorn.
Yeah, quality, good character,
Yeah.
comes from a good family.
Yeah.
Came to Trent here from Everest Academy, run by Clem Durazio.
Clem's a beauty too. So many great folks in this game.
Oh, the connections are never ending, right? People that you went to school with, you still see them, still talk to them. Talked to Clem earlier this year about another kid, right? So you just have those connections that are decades long.
Here's Chan trying to get by, does get some space.
Looks to move it behind, look for the cutter.
There's Burrell, nice rip. Goes to his offside, fires it across the body, and sneaks it past Jackson Brown.
Just went that far side pipe there. Looks like that's McGill's trying to get it low there and send the guys down from the top. So you'll see 8 dodge here. Quickly moves it behind. 32 or 22 there. No, 32 clears through, and then Burrell's easier getting a step down.
Yeah, Josh Jewell, 32, taking his man across. You can see McLaughlin drawn to the far side of the slot and just opened wide up for Burrell. Jackson Brown, who has Slovakian heritage. I know they're working on seeing if they can get him. They would love to have him in the program down the road. Alex Simons, another guy who went and played for Slovakia in the Euros this summer after his dad actually came and talked to me at an Arena Lacrosse League game. I was wearing a Slovak jersey, and he said, "Oh, is that a Slovakian jersey?" I'm like, "Yeah, Thomas Rudlow gave it to me at the Worlds in 2019. I love it." And he was like, "Oh, do you know them?" And I was like, "Yeah." And so I kind of put him in touch, and Alec goes and winds up being one of their top scorers at the Euros. And I mean, Alec had a great year in the Arena League, and then terrific summer. And
well, they'd love to get Jackson, right?
Oh my goodness, yeah, he's a terrific goalie in the box as well. Lots of gear, or hardly any, and he makes saves like that. That one's swatted out of the crease by Chan, who's racing after, but Albert gets there first, and they all collide. Big battle. Chan digging in.
You can reach into that crease as long as the goalie hasn't covered it. Trying to be careful here, not getting on the back call with a guy on the ground.
And there's a discussion going on about the ball there. I think Romanchuk was saying, hey, that should probably be a possession. And we're going to actually have a timeout by McGill. Nick Subry says, come on in, folks. Let's, as soon as they pick that ball up, I think he was putting it on. Lots of international connections. Alec Tamas, who is one of the coaches with Brock, is a player for Hungary.
Yeah, we tried to recruit Alex, actually, and we met him at the All Canada Games years ago. Great event for our Canadian kids, and he wanted to stay closer to home. Ended up going to Brock, but a tremendous defender when he played in this league, and now giving back as part of the coaching staff there, which is great to see.
Yeah, he's a very good box player as well, and now playing for Hungary for the box side. He was at they put together a club for Laxnai down in Utica this fall, and he was playing with George Hansi and a bunch of others, and it was pretty cool. It was neat to see them. They have great jerseys. I got one. There's these black, and they've got the stag's head. There's the national symbol in like a stylized. They're gorgeous.
I saw somebody in the crowd today is actually wearing one of those, and yeah, they're very good.
Really? I wonder who.
I don't know. I saw it earlier though.
But they also, I know they're looking forward. They really want to get Kyle Matisse down playing.
Yeah.
I think he's pretty committed to being part of helping to build that program. I mean, the one thing that could get in their way is he's certainly not out of consideration for Canada for a World Championship. So we'll see. Jamie Plunkett, speaking of jerseys, just went by.
Yeah,
and
Uncommon Fit.
He makes jerseys for a bunch of these teams and play teams all over the world. He's one of our sponsors.
Yeah, he does a lot of stuff for our high school teams in the area too. Did a lot of lacrosse jerseys. Coburg, my team at Holy Cross, Crestwood. Great to work with, and being in the being a lacrosse guy, it makes it that much easier too.
Speaking of international connections, played for Germany and has played internationally. Lived over there for quite a while. He's a beauty. What a talented player. He could shoot the lights out.
Oh, absolutely. Him and his brother Lindsay, right? Two very good players.
Nice pass from Romanchuk to Conley, who is blasting down. Look at the wheels, though, from Dylan James to come back, but they do get it. The pass initially to Hendricks' work, it didn't connect with Lundy. He just skirts the line. Now he's along the sideline, but maintains possession. What hustle, though, by Dylan James.
Trying to slow it down here and get the change. Romy's running off there. And it looks like you got Holden Lowe's coming in.
You mentioned, when you have two long poles who are so good with the stick and so fast can get up there, and Romanchuk making that pass to Conley, how dangerous does that make you in transition?
So dangerous. Because teams have to honor it and defend it. And because their sticks are so good, they're able to make that quick pass. And when you have shooters like that on the crease waiting, that's a good game plan for TU.
Hendricks coming up to the top.
Looks like they're trying to face guard Armstrong a little bit there, try to deny that pass. Look for a back cut.
They're really on top of him. Ben Busby staying with Armstrong. And you can see he's right on top, actually knocks the stick out of Armstrong's hand. The ball is swatted ahead. Ron goes after, he loses his stick. Oh, here comes McGill, 3-on-2. Great chance, and just missing the net was Luke Dawick. And then he stepped in the crease, that's going to be a turnover. Not sure who was going to get there anyway, because they didn't, obviously nobody at X when they're just running forward.
That's a tough turnaround. Two drop sticks, and in field lacrosse, you cannot play without your stick. So it's not like hockey, you drop your stick, you can play with your skates. You have to pick that stick up. Otherwise, it is automatically possession for the other team. Trent was lucky there. And on the doorstep.
Katoni runs through a trio of McGill defenders.
19 was trailing him pretty close there.
Yeah, Olivier Pomerleau.
And it looks like we got Colton here with a shorty on him. He gets a step. Look for a pass here coming. Ooh.
Draws and dishes, but it doesn't quite connect with Katoni. They'll have to set things back up. Tries to get it to Hendricks. He takes a big bump after he dropped the ball. Armstrong, great position, fighting for it, but just a lot of white jerseys around. And they come away with it. Oh, yeah, that's going to be okay. Louis-Antoine Abra was just coming through and got absolutely knocked sideways. Went horizontal, spinning to the turf.
So it looks like they're calling him for
a tripping call?
Yeah, I mean, he made the technical sign there, so it should just be a 30-second. McGill will have to go quick here.
30-second releasable for Colton Armstrong. And here come the Redbirds. 4.5 to go here in the third quarter.
Got the pull over on Cree now. It was reversed before, so they've moved the short stick over.
They've got the righty pole coming this side. Now they switch it up as Romanchuk is keeping an eye on Cree. Yeah, you do see they have Mac Ron coming over at times. They seem pretty confident or pretty comfortable floating guys around, switching up, not worrying too much about how the hands match up. Just have a good lacrosse defender.
Yeah, and they're forcing them to shoot, right? Trying to pick who the guy is that's going to take that shot.
Outlet from Jackson Brown to Romanchuk. Armstrong is released. He's back up into the offensive zone. And they are, again, watching him pretty closely.
We got Tate coming on there to give some help. And look for 22 to change for McGill to get their guys on. He's got the double coming, does not know it.
And they strip it. It's tapped ahead by Parkinson, but that turns into a bit of a problem as Trent was able to get their first Holden Lowe's, and Katoni comes in flailing to loosen that ball up and will get possession.
9 feet of that ball, you're legal. So Trent there, they knew everybody was close enough. Made a big check.
Timeout, Trent. Early, 3:24 to go. That's 3 minutes earlier than Farthing's been taking the timeouts.
I suspect just to settle the boys down there. It's been a lot of back and forth here, kind of a little bit sloppy by both teams. So get everybody settled down here, get a breather, get some water into the boys, and get a game plan together for going back in at 3:24.
It's interesting because Mark Farthing's a very chill guy, very relaxed, very laid back, but he takes it and he doesn't take himself too seriously. He's very calm. He's like, oh, we're just going to go play. But he's a very serious coach.
Very competitive. Yeah. And Mark he wants to do things for the right reason. He wants to make sure that the kids have every opportunity to win, and very, very prepared. I don't think because Fard is such a comical character that people realize how prepared he is for things, and he's got everything sort of plotted out, and he'll do everything in his power to give any team he's coaching a chance.
Farthing was one of the better players who never got much of a chance in the National Lacrosse League because of one serious knee injury, and then was working his way in, and he was playing a D-transition role with the Peterborough Lakers and in the CLAX, the precursor to the Arena League, and then he played with the Durham Turf Dogs, and he completely reinvented himself from a transition player to a stay-at-home D guy and became one of the best defenders in that league. And just had a fantastic season as the Turf Dogs won the last CLAX championship. And then he actually got a chance with the Toronto Rock and had a great game and blew his knee out in the end of the first game.
And like a former junior A captain too, right?
Yeah.
So his pedigree was there. Just that knee injury did not help with him going on any further.
We're back underway. Lowe's behind the net. Will hand off.
Big shot from Hanrahan there.
It was Jack McAlpine. I had to double check. I haven't seen McAlpine yet, but number 27 for Trent came in. Here's some pressure from Hendricks. Lundy there to keep the pressure on. McGill's got 10 seconds to get over center. Busby trying to run through. Looks like he'll make it.
Good ride there from Lundy and Hendricks, applying some pressure to try and make them eat up some of that 20 seconds.
Nice work by McGill to get through. Busby with a good job. Burrell hands it off. Went for the give and go, but was picked up immediately, so they decided to just wait. Luke Dawick throws over to Chand instead.
And Chand has such quick feet.
Yeah.
His lateral movement's so good. You got to watch him with those dodging ability because he can turn you inside out pretty good.
Yeah, the change of direction, right?
Absolutely. You just got to stare at that chest and stay your ground because otherwise you'll get spinning. And Trent's done a good job of that so far today.
Here's Patrick Aber starting from the top, just kind of lost his footing. Tate Gattoni was back there. You don't see a lot of him playing a D-midi role. He was just kind of brought back, but I don't know if it was the pressure from him, but he had a pretty easy one once the player fell and dropped the ball. Tony calmly passes ahead, and here's Hendricks. We'll find Holden Lowe's. Romanchuk heading off for the change, followed by Aber. And they're making sure he actually goes.
Yeah, you'll see Romy turning around there lots. If they get sprinting, he'll just turn back and go in for that quick pass and step down.
Saw one yesterday where the defender was heading back towards center, and his opposite side number saw that he was going, just went to their bench, stopped looking, spin around, go straight to the net, get a pass, and good scoring opportunity.
Oh, yeah, and that's where the lacrosse IQ comes through big time at this level, right? The players are so aware of those things.
Still over 30 seconds on the shot clock for Trent as Holden Lowe's moves it down to Hanrahan. Gets away from him, though. Ryan Badur trying to grab it, actually just flicks it up in the air. Ball's still bouncing.
2 in a row, like mini punts happening there.
Yeah. Gets it back over to Logan Glick. And
looks like it's going to be Trent ball.
Yeah. Did it get out? It might have been out when they were chasing it, when Badur was right over by the sideline and kind of punted it back towards the field of play.
Lundy's going to bring it in there. Looks like they got Tate up top.
Tony coming past the restraining line. Glick all over him. Little shovel pass. Looked like he was headed for Armstrong, but Hanrahan grabbed it, manages to pick it off the turf, and rockets one all the way back to the fence.
That was a good catch, too, by Hanrahan.
Yeah.
Tate's going to get right off there, try to limit this transition.
Glick taking his time, or Badur, sorry, taking his time picking that one up. Wonder if he was waiting to try and not have the shot clock reset right away. You don't see that much in field, but that's the IQ filtering in, and the guy's getting used to it already. Seeing like, hey, if there's nobody here and my guy's not open yet, I can take a couple seconds, make sure we have all the time. Might not need it.
There's a flag down. We got past the 23 seconds there, so Farth isn't going to use his last time out in this third quarter.
Right. 13.3 looks like in the quarter. I think it's Rowan Burrell on the trail. Came back in, mostly an attack. You don't see him come back over center often, but he did try and ride, try and keep the pressure on, and it turns into a penalty for him.
So
1 minute slash.
So that's big. That's big for Trent if they can put one away here to end this quarter, and they'd start the fourth quarter there with an empty wing.
Remember, they started the end of the second half with 23 seconds left. Didn't even wait for the end. They scored with 7 or 8 seconds to go.
Yeah. They had a full 15, so they're going to have to speed it up a bit if they want to get another one here.
Yeah. 12.2 we have on the clock after communicating with the far side with the officials. Do we have a timeout now? That must be a McGill timeout, I would assume. I don't think Farthing would use the Trent timeout at this point. You never know.
McGill's already used a timeout.
Or are they calling it? Is that the quarter? They're going to meet. I think. Is that the end of the quarter? Nobody seems to know. The teams, the full rosters are gathering around their coaches. going to have to find out. We'll message across to the far side of the field to the officials and see what exactly is happening.
Looks like you have a stick check out there right now.
Oh, okay. Well, that happens at the quarter breaks, right?
So
yeah, so it must be the end of the third quarter. Yeah, this has got to be quarter. So we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back in 2 minutes of the 2022 Baggataway Cup at Trent University. I'm Stephen Stamp with Jeff McKinley. Thanks for being with us. Lacrosse friends, we will see you shortly. All right, so yeah, we did clarify. Trent did just hang on to possession for the final 12 seconds. We didn't see it blown in, but when you have possession at the end of the quarter there and you're on the power play, you do get the ball to start the next quarter. So Trent decided they would just start with the possession. Here is Katoni handing it over. There's a rip, but that one stopped. Nice catch there by Joseph Beam on the Lundy shot.
High to high there. Needed it to just be a little bit more up under that bar.
Oh, the ball bouncing around, and it's going to be a possession call. McGill will get it back after they had the ball just bouncing all over the place away from their players. But they are going to get the possession.
And should be coming back at full strength here, I would think. Yeah, there he is.
Yeah, McGill back even so. They're setting up. Here's James at the top.
Look for them to dodge here, get the ball back down to X.
There it is.
They'll look to send their cutters through.
Pass doesn't connect with James. I think it was tipped by a Trent player. Oh, that's going to be an offside.
Offside call.
Great hustle effort by John Meeks to try and get up there and goose the ball ahead, but his momentum carried him over center. And now we have another call. I think they started too quickly. The ref's going to make him start back up at the top with Holden Lowe's.
And a new rule a couple of years ago, when you do make that pass, it's just like basketball, that over and back. So if that was not tipped, it would have been Trent's ball anyway. Looks like Wozy's holding it here, get his guys on. Still got a short stick here with him and McAlpine.
Lowe's hands it down. There's McAlpine. Haven't seen a ton of him, but Trent does have some depth. I mean, they will run their main guys a lot. But they do have some depth, developing a lot of young players.
Oh, excellent supporting cast, right? And Farr's very big on making sure guys get in, right? And then they know what to do when they're called upon.
That one's loose. It's on the ground, but swooping in is Hendricks to get it back. 33 on the shot clock for the Excalibur, and then that one's going to get out of bounds on the pass that didn't connect with Lowe's.
Trent will ride hard here to just try and pressure this 20 seconds. They'll get right back to half and try to jam it up. There's Chan bringing it up again. Excellent dodger. Again, look for them to get it low. Seems to be how they're quarterbacking most of their offense today, down from behind the net. Start sending guys through.
Isaiah Cree is down there now. A little bit of a change-up as he has been up at the shooter spot a lot. They're rotating. Cree is down and kind of slipping up. You see him now. He just kind of walks up, backpedals. They have Patrick Aber in the slot as Burrell switches over and gets the ball here. Nice dodge and getting the shot bouncing at home. Great play by Luke Dawick. And it's a goal. Just waiting for the official signal, but yeah, that was a nice little play.
Brought it underneath quick there. Looked like the defender slipped a little bit. See here on the replay. So 44, Burrell dodges low. He fakes it here, pulls it around, and sees the Brown going up. Does the smart play. He's got to stick high, shoot low. Coaches are always telling the guys to change their plane, so we got him coming up there and made a good play. Now that's the younger DeWick.
Yes.
Older brother's Josh.
Josh Dawick is now drafted. He was a first-round pick in the National Lacrosse League draft. Had Jamie owning the Toronto Rock and the Oakville Rock. Josh had a very strong season with the Oakville Rock, the Senior B club. They were the Oakville Titans and then have now aligned with the MSL Rock Club, who took the summer off. Some challenges facing MSL.
There were some there.
Yeah.
Hopefully Rudy's back next year. See Tate here looking to run his guy. 10's looking to slide adjacently there. And then he'll get back in with Hanrahan.
Yeah, Glick staying right with Hanrahan in the slot just on top of the crease. They're very aware of him, of course. 9-4 as we are in the fourth quarter here. Stay with us post-game for the Player of the Game Awards. That's a great check by Ryan Bedour. And here comes Cowgill. Nice job splitting through a pair of Trent players on the ride. And the touch pass across to Ab.
Oh, nice knockdown there. He was all alone on the crease. He had some numbers there.
Ron came away with it, but then lost it. Burrell got it back and gets the shot off. Here's Glick in the offensive zone. He's going to head back after turning it over to Burrell.
Looks like McGill will get a bit of a wholesale change here. 3 guys going. Get some fresh legs out there. Losey and Colton Armstrong are back on defense now.
McGill taking their time. You have to be patient, but you also need a sense of urgency with a 5-goal deficit and 9.5 to go. Chan down to Burrell. That's a nice play, but he just missed. We're going to have a penalty.
Saw a nice move from Chan there with those quick feet.
Is that one on Armstrong?
Called a technical.
Yeah.
Push maybe.
Oh, it's Mac Ron going in. So a chance for McGill. We've got 30 seconds to try and do something. Chan up at the top. Fakes and rips it. That was probably 3 feet over the net. Going fast, though, as it went. Here's Dawick behind the net. Quickly out to James. Skip past to Chan.
Going to draw that defender and get a quick one. Great save by Brown.
Really loaded up again. Blasted to Jackson Brown. Very sharp. Catches that one cleanly. Ron's penalty nearing the end. Jackson Brown, he talked about his confidence with the stick. Maybe a little overconfidence there. I'm not sure that pass was there to make.
A little bit of pressure from DeWick there. We got Cree.
Oh! Loaded high, and that one rippled the net, lifted the entire frame off the ground as it hit the mesh in the back of the net.
Yeah, he had time and space there. You'll see Burrell put it down to DeWick there, and he's got no one near him. Romy was kind of chasing to get back in after they were clearing. And that's why, the clearing game, right? That's the special teams for lacrosse. You're clearing your ride. It's you want those to both be about 80%. And you start statting those things out. Those are the teams that are successful that win.
And there's it looks like Trent is taking a timeout here. They're just about to blow the face-off in, and Sam McDonald actually clamped down, and then the ref just kind of patted them both on the back and said, no, we've got a timeout. So stay with us post-game for the Player of the Game presentations presented by Locker Hooks and I forgot the other one. What's our other sponsor for the Player of the Game, Jaden? Hogtown Lacrosse. Thank you.
Mike, a former alumnus of Trent, he's the owner of Hogtown Lacrosse.
There you go. Very great to have them on.
His son Malcolm plays on the Trent team currently.
There you go.
And Mike is another great guy to work with in the lacrosse world when you need stuff. You need your equipment, anything like that. And he's always just great to talk to, too.
Yep. Saw Deacon Knott down in front, the all-world goalie for Canada at the World Juniors this summer as they won a gold medal, and he was drafted by the Philadelphia Wings, the Paul Day is the GM head coach for Philadelphia, and of course the GM for the Peterborough Lakers, the local senior team, and 4-time now Mann Cup champions, 4 in a row Mann Cup champions. And
Yeah, he wasn't getting off of Paul's radar too quick, was
I think he was aware of Deacon playing here. Young man, basically he's like a lot of young goalies where he's got to work on his consistency, got to develop some elements of his game, but boy, has he got some upside.
And I think when Farr was the one coaching the Bantam team here, when they won gold at provincials and box, Deacon was on that team that Farr had coached as well. Lots of connections.
Jackson Hayner sharing time in the crease with Deacon. Not this summer, not had a bit of an injury, and Hayner stepped in and played just terrific lacrosse for the junior Lakers. And Hayner's actually the backup goalie to Jackson Brown here. It's an all Jackson
goaltending squad. Roman's looking for some help there.
Finds Gattoni. Nice job getting it to him. The short pass, and Gattoni just avoiding anyone swatting from across the center line. And he'll slow things down. We're into the final 7:17. Just under a minute for Trent on the shot clock. And this is about the slowest you will ever see Trent play. Nobody's coming, so Gattoni's not going to go anywhere right now.
Yeah, they're looking to get their switch here. Rosie will bring it out, see what they can get moving. Colton's got a shorty out there with him. Expect him to go quick.
Yeah, Armstrong starts to go, retreats with Aber on him. He'll get it back.
Just looking to see what they got, where that slide's going to come from.
Armstrong taking his time. 22 left on the shot clock.
Little fake hidden ball trick there. See if they can catch anybody.
Oh, it's going to be a penalty as Gattoni was run over. I'm not sure that Chris Parkinson even saw Gattoni there. He was just tracking the ball and holding lows. They get it down to Hanrahan, but gets away from him. And the penalty will be adjudicated. That will be Louis-Antoine Ab.
Yeah, when the guy has set his feet on those screens, you cannot hit him like that. So that's a smart heads-up play by Tony, and Trent looking to capitalize here.
I'm sorry, it's Parkinson that's going over to serve. It was Abra just the one D mid he was heading off. So again, they put the short stick in the middle.
And pulls are coming quick now, not letting Trent have any time to shoot.
That can be dangerous because it can open up space if they keep moving. They do. Good response so far by McGill, but Tony gets a lane turned aside by Joseph Beam.
And that'll get him the reset too as he hit his stick on the way out. Be another full 80 for Trent. And that looks like the penalty's killed. He's coming back in.
Parkinson trotting in, sending Meeks out to pick up his opposite number 77, Hendricks. But Armstrong's going to spin around, gets by his man, feeds it off. Gattoni wide open and can't. Yeah, that's, you don't put that on the goalie. That's a lot of space. It's a great draw and dish.
Trent just really moving the ball well off of that pressure. Best way to beat pressure is with pressure, and Colton goes underneath, draws that slide out of the middle. And again, that far side guy, 77's got to try and get back, and that's just a little late. Just under 5 to go here. Curtis Conley's back, taking the face off.
McLaughlin, the All-Canadian honorable mention face-off guys here on the wing. And McDonald, the straight-up All-Canadian face-off guy, is going to get a win with the pickup. Oh, it's popping away from Burrell, who tried to get it. It was grabbed in the end by McDonald himself.
We were right on the edge of a free ball there with it crossing the restraining line. All the players on that restraining line, long sticks and attacks, got to wait for possession to be called until it crosses like that, and they'll call it free where everybody can be released and move. Look for McGill. Here we go, big dodge to try. Oh.
I don't know if Romanchuk even got a stick on it or if that ball just kind of popped out.
Yeah, I think it just popped.
That's a little loose ball push on the back. Romanchuk, it wasn't hard, but it was just enough to the momentum as Ermstein was running, kind of planted his feet.
Yeah, smart play by 33. Get over the ball and just tip yourself over. Kind of a soccer move, but it gives you possession, and that's what you need.
There's a shot. Brown with another save. Nice work by John Maraglia to get in.
You get a reset off of that as well.
Dollar Cup top. That's a little bit high for Owen Howard.
Yeah,
and will it get over center? Nope, it's goosed ahead. Nice job by Logan Glick.
Saw Trent's attacks there, trying to push him over just to see if they can get that offside call.
Still a minute on the shot clock for McGill, but with 3:07 to go and 5-goal deficit, they don't have time to worry about how long they've got to shoot. They've got to just make opportunities and get them off. Here's Erbstein. Watch there closely by Ron.
You'll see both teams. The defense comes when they turn their backs. Like that's what everybody's taught to do. As soon as they turn their back, the double comes, trap them up. Expect some pressure here.
That pass gets out of bounds, but was tipped away by a Trent player, so it goes back to McGill. A fresh 80. Getting down to 2.5 minutes left now in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, expect McGill to start going here.
Trent was in the championship game 2 Baggataway Cups ago at Concordia, actually. We started at McGill over to Concordia. They would like to get back and change the narrative of what happened last time as they fell to Western. And after that save, they're getting closer and closer to heading to the championship game. That will be tomorrow at 2 p.m., right?
2 p.m. tomorrow, yep.
Yes,
Sunday is the final.
That's a double check. Sunday at 2, the winner of this game looking very much like Trent right now as we're into the final 2 minutes.
Penalty there, though. You don't want to see that. 2009, Trent was playing McMaster. We were up. Took a bad shot with under a minute to go. Sailed a pizza at the goalie. He throws it down. They scores. Penalty after. They start with the ball. And long story short, we lost in overtime. Never forgot that one, as I'm sure Jesse Thomas, Mike Temple, and John Chambers haven't either.
That was fairly apparent that you remember the details of that one. Nice catch by Brown on an absolute rip from the outside there by Dylan James. Trent has it, and Romanchuk fakes the pass, pulls it down, and a nice little touch pass ahead to get it up to Ty King.
20 seconds. They'll be looking to use this shot clock here. He's got a double coming, though. Expect McGill, if Trent keeps this, to pull that goalie.
King did a pretty nice job, but at some point now, did they get a timeout?
Looks like there's a flag down.
Oh, yeah, okay. King, that's a young player getting a chance to play, and like you said, working players in, giving them the chance for the experience. Did a nice job getting up over center. May have hung on to it a bit too long.
Elmville kid, he's a triplet, actually.
Well, there you go.
So I'm sure his, did you call their other two twins? Well, the other brothers.
The other
they will be very happy to see their brother out there on the field. Trent will have 1:33 here, just over a full shot clock to get moving. You'll see McGill come out of this, I'm sure, with a double on the ball, try and force them.
59 on the shot clock for the Excalibur. We'll be back at 4:30 today with the second semifinal. That will be Brock and Guelph, a rematch of last year's championship game. What a thriller that was. You've got a Guelph team that went 9-1 this year, a Brock team that a lot of turnover and some injuries and went 6-4, but really coming into their own.
Yeah, anytime you get, as soon as this weekend starts, it's anybody's game. And those two have a long, storied history of decades upon decades of battles. So this is nothing new to either of those teams, and they don't like each other very much. So they'll both be hungry to get a win here today and get back to the final tomorrow.
The one thing with both the third seeds winning yesterday, that means we have East versus East in this semifinal, West versus West in the other, which means we're going to have an East-West championship, which we've had some West-West for a while. I mean, obviously a couple big adders ago we mentioned Trent was against Western, but last year with Guelph and Western, or Brock and Guelph, we had some Western Brock, some classic championships that they were both making it through. So
Westerns really came on over the past 5 or 6 years. They've been their perennial.
Won 4 straight, and then last year when we got back to it, with the 3 divisions, only 2 from the West got to the Baggataway Cup weekend, and Trent will get one there. That's going to be Cole Hanrahan, who takes a chop afterwards, and he'll go and have words with Alex Cowgill. I mean, McGill didn't like Trent putting it in the empty net, but if you're going to pull your goalie, there's always the prerogative for the team to just go score.
Yeah.
And
now it's a penalty after the whistle, so Trent should start with it here.
And with 1:20 to go and 80 seconds on the fresh shot clock, Trent can just run it down now.
Yeah.
But,
which is maybe what they were thinking there.
yeah.
And that's the thing, when you get this, you got to have that goalie out, right? That double's got to come, and when you're already down a man, that doesn't help too much. So Trent will start with the ball. Any penalty after the whistle is a free possession, so that'll negate the face-off there. So you'll see Holden Lowe's here at the top of your screen, probably trying to get doubled. Now I don't know if they're down 2, if that other penalty got released. It looks like 5, they're just down 1. So we'll see what Joseph Boehm does there, if he's going to leave the net or if he's going to stay put.
Yeah, McGill's got 2 guys in the penalty area, but one of them, Isaiah Cree, is standing. You need to take a knee to get that penalty going, so
It's probably going to be released maybe for the...
yeah, he'll go in for the player who's off. Yeah, and Joseph Beam, the goalie, is out covering Cole Hanrahan, Trent's leading scorer. Here's Gattoni running down the middle. Is he going to put it in too? He is. He'll just skip one home and then goes and bumps into one of the McGill defenders, Jack Busby, just to say, hey, if you want to take a chop at me, you're welcome to go ahead.
And this is the Christmas game here, the red-green. This has been a rivalry for close to 15 years, right? These two have battled it out many, many, many times, many close games. So there will be no love lost between these two teams.
Sure, a lot of McGill fans and alumni and watching the game, and obviously not the result they were hoping for, but thank you for being with us, and there's some bright days ahead for this McGill program. A lot of young talent, led by Rowan Burrell, the 17-year-old.
Yeah, a lot of young kids right on the squad, and I'm sure if Tim Murdoch has any hand in recruiting still, he was a phenomenal recruiter, that he'll be helping this team to retool. But a strong presence by Trent here. Just under 40 to go here.
Stay with us for the player of the game presentations. Post-game will be actually presented by Tom Bolesky, who is his Locker Hooks is a sponsor, and he joined you at halftime for a little chat.
Great guy.
Yeah. He's also bringing he just gave me 3 bags of gear for Kenya Lacrosse, a friend of mine, Ashley Aitken, who is one of our favorite people. She's an absolute beauty. Isn't here this weekend. She's at a friend's wedding, so they arranged for me to pick it up for them, and I'll get them to Ashley. She's taking them to Kenya for the Kenya program that is just developing. And the final few seconds will tick away as Jack McAlpine tosses that ball down into the corner. And Trent, much to the delight of this very full crowd here in Justin Q Stadium, is off to the Baggataway Cup Championship with a 12-5 win over the McGill Redbirds.
Yeah, it's an electric atmosphere out there right now. Lots of people know the history. Happy to see Trent hosting this and getting to play in the final here. So great job by Green to execute the game plan today.
Yeah, we'll have the player of the game.
I heard the attendance is 8,000 today. Is that correct? We'll recheck our numbers, but I did hear the number 8,000 being thrown around.
We may need to redo the math on that one there, Kinner.
There's just fans as far as you can see.
What's capacity in the stadium here?
10,000.
Really?
10,000, yeah. Justin Chuchasium is welcome to everybody.
Yeah.
And the Trent Excalibur successfully defended the river today is their motto.
Today's attendance brought to you by Jeff McKinley and Hyperbole.
I'm a big fan of Hyperbole.
Yeah, love it. Trent's got their cheerleaders down. They're pretty stoked.
And just a dandy day still. Like, the sun is still shining out there. It's T-shirt weather.
It is. What's the temperature now? We're going to pull it up. You got it right on your watch. You're fancy. 22 degrees.
22 in
here
November.
In the borough in November. Crazy. Supposed to be nice again tomorrow.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to do a bit of a high school all-star game in the morning, so let some of our local players have a bit of a run around on the chew tomorrow. So I think we're going to try out the world's rules, 6v6, and Peterborough is going to be the host of the OFSA Lacrosse Boys Championships this June, hosted between myself at my school at Holy Cross and Jeff Ralph over at Thomas A. Stewart. So
all the levels, right? A, AA, AAA?
All the levels, yeah. Everything, 28 teams from across the province. So it was last year AAA was in Toronto and single AA was in Owen Sound. So we're bringing everybody here. So it should be Should be a great time.
We do have the player of the game presentations coming up shortly. We'll be doing that over the PA. And but quick shout out to the Trent women's lacrosse team, silver medalists this year under new head coach Erica Evans. They'd won the previous 2 gold medals, so that's quite a run for the Trent Excalibur women.
Yeah, and Tori Wasson, Ashley Curtis, Sarah Gardner, they did a phenomenal job getting that program off the ground, and they're staying around as perennials, and that's what you want to see.
Yeah, Queens Gales with the gold medal this year and a rematch of last year's championship game. So congratulations to them.
And nice to see Erica, right? You have if you watched any of her at the Worlds this year, like, she is an absolute machine. She plays both ends of that field and is just a phenomenal player, phenomenal person.
Fantastic in the sixes.
Absolutely.
So fast.
Anytime you get an Evans with that compete level, that is just genetic. You know that you always want them on your team, and they will always fight to win. Teacher Thomas A. Stewart in town here too. Teams are lining up here for their presentations.
Yeah, we're about to do it. We're jumping on the PA to present these Player of the Game awards. We'll now do the Player of the Game awards presented by Tom Bileski of Locker Hooks, and they will be getting Locker Hooks swag and some other things. And for the McGill Redbirds, number 16, Sam McDonald. For the Trent Excalibur, the goaltender, number 3, Jackson Brown. And that will wrap it up for our coverage of this first semifinal at the 2022 Baggataway Cup. We have about an hour and 22 minutes until semifinal number 2. That is the Brock Guelph matchup. Thank you so much for being with us, lacrosse friends. We will see you shortly here at the 2022 Baggataway Cup on Lax Sports Network.